From deep inside Venezuela's prisons, where the government long ago lost control, emerged one of the most dangerous criminal organizations in Latin America, the Tren de Aragua. It all began in 2007 inside Tocoron prison in the state of Aragua, when an inmate named Héctor Guerrero Flores, now as Niño Guerrero, started building his own power network. But Guerrero wasn't just an inmate. He took advantage of the power vacuum left by corrupt and weak authorities to set up an internal system that mixed smuggling, extortion, prostitution, and even live music parties. Over time, his influence grew so much that he became a kind of governor inside the prison. Alongside heavy weaponry, Tocoron ended up with swimming pools and even a baseball field. The prison turned into a criminal paradise with events, parties, and of course, women. Because what's a party for criminals without women during and after the fun, right? While the Venezuelan government pretended to be in control, Guerrero turned the prison into the headquarters of a rising criminal empire, and that's where the Tren de Aragua was born. Territorial expansion. What started as a prison gang quickly spilled out beyond the walls of Tocoron. Still led remotely by Guerrero, members of the Tren began to take over entire neighborhoods across Venezuela, especially areas where the state was almost absent. But their ambition didn't stop at the border. In just a few years, the gang spread into neighboring countries like Colombia, Ecuador, Peru, Chile, riding the wave of mass Venezuelan migration caused by the Maduro regime's collapse. Riding among the refugees, gang members quietly expanded their operations across South America. In Brazil, the first signs of Tren de Aragua popped up in Roraima and Amazonas, mainly along the routes for drug trafficking and illegal gold mining. The gangs started clashing and even partnering with local factions, including the CV and PT. Wait, I'm sorry, the PCC, which has also expanded into other countries. The power of fear. Tren de Aragua doesn't just deal in drugs. They are highly adaptable and operate across multiple illegal industries, kidnapping people and moving them against their will. Human trafficking, applying psychological pressure, extortion, killing targets, murder, non-consensual exploitation, sexual exploitation, and let's not forget financial scams and cyber fraud. And what of their trademarks? Brutality. Their crimes are often shockingly violent. In countries like Chile and Peru, police uncovered mass graves where victims were tortured and buried. It's a simple strategy. Where fear lives, people stay silent, and where silence rules, crime grows. The crime economy. The organization operates like a business. Inside Tocoron, Tren de Aragua charged protection fees from other inmates through parties with live music, sold weapons and drugs, and even rented out prison rooms like a motel. Outside, the gang moves millions through these illegal operations. There are documented cases of women kidnapped and forced into brothels controlled by the group in several countries. They also dominate poor neighborhoods, collecting taxes from residents and local shopkeepers. Using the same command structure that Guerrero built inside the prison, where he continued to run the show. The empire almost falls. In September 2023, thousands of soldiers stormed Tocoron and finally took back control of the prison that had been in gangs' hands for years. The raid revealed just how luxurious and free the inmates had been living, but Niño Guerrero was nowhere to be found. he had slipped away just before the raid, leading many to suspect he was tipped off by corrupt officials. His escape sent a clear message. Even with the prison lost, the Tren's power remained strong and growing. With the headquarters taken, the gang spread its force even further, reinforced their cells across the continent. Brazil on the radar. The rise of Tren de Aragua in Brazil set off alarm bells across national security agencies. In Roraima, they clashed violently with Comando Vermelho. There were also signs of the group operating in the Amazon region, trafficking drugs and exploiting illegal mining roads. Brazil's federal police is already working to investigate and dismantle any cells forming within the country. Authorities fear that, just like in other nations, Tren de Aragua is embedding itself into vulnerable communities, offering money and protection in exchange for loyalty. Another major concern: immigration. Amid thousands of Venezuelans crossing the border, seeking better lives, some criminals sneak in disguised as refugees, quietly setting up operations. A continental threat. Tren de Aragua represents a new kind of threat, a transnational gang born in a prison now stretching across Latin America and eyeing North America. They're flexible, violent, and opportunistic. Where there's social crisis, inequality, and weak government, they see an opening. Stopping them takes more than just police raids. It requires international cooperation, shared intelligence, and public policies that reach the places governments usually ignore. Without that, the Tren de Aragua will keep rolling track by track, spreading fear, violence, and corruption wherever it goes. So the question is, are we going to wait until it hits us at full speed, or are we going to stop it while we still can? The Tren de Aragua in the US. Recent reports from the FBI and Department of Homeland Security have confirmed the presence of Tren de Aragua here on American soil. Initial sightings were in Texas and Arizona, but the group quickly spread to major cities like Miami, New York, and Los Angeles. How they get in? Easy. Amid the waves of migrants crossing the southern border, Tren de Aragua members exploited gaps in the immigration system, posing as refugees. Once inside, they did what they know best: drug trafficking, extortion, sex trafficking, and document forgery. Americans are used to dealing with Mexican cartels, but this is something different. This enemy speaks Spanish, but with a Venezuelan accent, and they've got nothing to lose. At a recent rally in Texas, Trump said, "If they think they can bring Venezuela's crime in our backyard, they've got another thing coming." With me in charge, the Tren de Aragua derails at the first turn. As the political debate heats up, US authorities are scrambling to understand how deep this threat goes. And the scariest part, no one really knows how many of them crossed the border or where they are now. Some folks say Trump's killing it, even with food, rent, wages going to the roof. You buy that? Hey, what's up, my dude? If you made it this far, do me a solid, drop a like and hit that subscribe button. I'm from Brazil, and I wanna know, what do you think of my English? I know I've still got a lot to work on, but I'd love to hear your thoughts. Also, send this video to that friend of yours who needs to hear this. Check out other videos on the channel and form your own opinion. Don't rely on just one video, one voice, or one source. That's how you stay ahead of fake news. I'm Iago Fogas, and this is Now You Know. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.